Anthony, memory questions are gifts, like actual gifts from the IELTS gods. Describe a happy experience from your childhood. You can literally make anything up. And even if it's real, the examiner can't fact check it.
It's a bold opening claim, Anthony.
It's true though. What they can assess is your emotional vocabulary. And here's the brutal truth. Most students don't have any. They just say, I was happy, it was good, I felt nice. And that's a Band 5 answer to a Band 8 question.
Ouch, but fair.
So today, we're fixing that permanently.
Right. Hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm Felicity, and that's Anthony, who, as always, is starting with a controversial take.
It's my brand at this point.
It really is. Now, before we dive in, quick reminder for new listeners. The reason this podcast is different is that Anthony has spent over a decade as an actual IELTS speaking examiner. We're talking thousands of real tests. So when Anthony says this is what scores Band 8, it's not theory, it's pattern recognition from real examination rooms.
And honestly, the memory question cue card is one I've heard hundreds of times. And 9 times out of 10, the answer is flat. Not because the memory isn't good, but because the candidate doesn't have the language to bring it to life.
So today's episode 21, we're tackling that exact cue card. I'm going to read it out. Anthony's going to deliver a full Band 8 model answer. And then we're going to break down every technique he uses so you can steal them.
Let's do it. Hit me with a cue card.
Okay, I'll be the examiner now. Here's your cue card. Describe a happy experience from your childhood. You should say when it happened, where it happened, who you were with, and explain why it was a happy experience for you. You have 1 minute to prepare, and you should speak for 1 to 2 minutes.
Right. And before I deliver the answer, let me just briefly say, listeners, in your real test, you get 1 minute to plan. Use it. Don't write full sentences. Just jot down when, where, who, why, and maybe 1 or 2 pieces of vocabulary you want to use. That's it.
And then go. Show us the model answer.
Right. Well, I'd like to talk about a particularly happy memory from when I was, around 8 years old. It happened during the summer holidays, and I can still vividly remember it like it was yesterday. We were at my grandmother's house in the countryside. She lived in this small village about 3 hours from where we grew up. And the whole extended family had gathered for a kind of impromptu reunion. Now, what made it so special was it was the first time I'd ever caught a fish. My uncle, who I absolutely idolized as a kid, took me down to this little river behind my grandmother's garden. And honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. I remember being absolutely thrilled when he handed me the fishing rod, and I sort of held it like I was holding something precious, you know? And then I'll never forget this moment. The line went tight, and my uncle started shouting, "Pull, pull!" And I was so overwhelmed, half excited, half terrified, and I just yanked it as hard as I could, and out came this tiny, glittering little fish. Honestly, it was probably the smallest fish in the entire river. What I remember most, though, isn't actually the fish itself. It's the look on my uncle's face. He was beaming, like absolutely beaming with pride. And he gave me this huge hug and said, "You're a natural." And even now, when I think about it, it brings back this rush of, I suppose it's nostalgia mixed with gratitude. Looking back now, I realize it wasn't really about the fish at all. It was about feeling seen by someone I admired. And that's a feeling, honestly, that stayed with me my whole life.
Okay, stepping out of examiner mode for a second. Anthony, that was lovely. And listeners, here's the thing. Anthony just admitted he made most of that up, right?
Yeah, mostly. I mean, I did go fishing as a kid, but not at my grandmother's. And I definitely didn't catch anything that small and feel that proud about it. The point is, the examiner doesn't know that, and it doesn't matter. What matters is the language.
Right, so let's break it down. What did you actually do in that answer that took it from a Band 6 to a Band 8?
Okay, 3 big things. Number 1, and this is the headline of the whole episode, emotional vocabulary. I didn't say I was happy. I said absolutely thrilled, overwhelmed, half excited, half terrified, beaming with pride, nostalgia mixed with gratitude. Those are the words that paint a picture in the examiner's head.
And those are words most students don't reach for, are they?
No, because they're scared of getting them wrong. But here's the thing, you don't need 10 of these, you need maybe 5 or 6 used naturally throughout your answer. That's it.
Okay, give us the list. The actual list of emotional vocabulary words people should be drilling.
Right. Write these down or, mentally bookmark them. Thrilled, that's stronger than happy. Overwhelmed, that captures intense emotion. Nostalgic, examiners love that word for memory questions. Fond, as in fond memories. Touched, I was really touched by. Grateful, heartwarming, and one of my personal favorites, bittersweet. That one shows real sophistication.
Bittersweet is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous and it sounds so natural. So that's technique number one, emotional vocabulary. Technique number two, sensory memory.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, describe what you saw, what you heard, what you smelled, what you felt physically, not just emotionally. So instead of we were at the river, I said, this little river behind my grandmother's garden. Instead of I caught a fish, I said, this tiny glittering little fish. Sensory details make the memory feel real.
And you did one specifically, I can still remember the smell of, is a phrase you mentioned earlier. Why does that one work so well?
Because smell is the most powerful memory trigger. Examiners know this intuitively. When you say, I can still remember the smell of, it instantly signals depth of memory and emotional connection, even if you completely made it up.
Honestly, the more we do this podcast, the more I realize IELTS speaking is like 30% acting.
It's more than 30% acting. But, and this is important, it's not lying, it's storytelling. You're using a real format to demonstrate language ability. That's all the test is.
Okay, so we've got emotional vocabulary and sensory memory. What's technique number 3?
Technique number three is the killer one, connect past to present. Most students treat memory questions like a history report. This happened, then this happened, the end. Band 5. To get to band 8, you need to connect that memory to who you are now.
And you did that beautifully at the end. You said something like, even now when I think about it.
Yeah, even now when I think about it, it brings back this rush of nostalgia. And then I went one step further with looking back now, I realized it wasn't really about the fish at all. That's reflection. That's a candidate showing they can think about their experience, not just describe it. Examiners eat that up.
So, those are the 3 techniques: emotional vocabulary, sensory memory, and connecting past to present.
And quick note for listeners, if this is the kind of stuff that's clicking for you, please do hit subscribe. We drop new episodes every week, and we focus exclusively on speaking. No writing, no listening, no reading. Just the part of IELTS that scares people most.
Right, Anthony, let's bring it home. 3 takeaways. What does the listener need to remember?
Okay, number one, build your emotional vocabulary list today. Thrilled, overwhelmed, nostalgic, fond, touched, grateful, heartwarming, bittersweet. Those 8 words alone will transform your memory answers. Drill them, use them in practice answers, make them automatic.
Got it. Number 2?
Number two, use sensory details to make memories vivid. Don't just say what happened. Say what you saw, what you heard, what you smelled, what you felt physically. Pick at least 2 senses to describe in any memory answer. It instantly takes you from flat to vivid.
Beautiful. And number 3?
And number three, and this is the one most students miss, connect the past to the present. End your answer with reflection. Even now, when I think about it, or looking back, I realize that single sentence at the end tells the examiner you're a sophisticated thinker, not just a storyteller.
And here's the thing, listeners, and Anthony said this earlier, but it bears repeating. You don't need a real, dramatic, emotional childhood memory to ace this question. You need the language to bring any memory to life, even an ordinary one, even a made-up one.
Exactly. The fishing story, mostly fabricated, but the language was real, and that's what gets to score.
Right, before we wrap up, quick teaser for next time. Episode 22, we're heading back to part 1, and the topic is ice cream.
Yes, ice cream. And listeners, do not roll your eyes. This is a real part one topic in current IELTS exams. And most students completely butcher it because they assume simple topic equals simple answer. It's the opposite. Simple topics are your chance to shine with sophisticated language. I'll show you exactly how next episode.
Subscribe so you don't miss it. And in the meantime, write down those 8 emotional vocabulary words. Practice them. Use them in a memory answer this week. Tag us if you do. We love hearing from you.
Until next time, happy practicing. Cheers, everyone.